Hey guys, I'm Leroy Rodriguez. I was born and raised in the UAE itself, but I cannot deny the fact that I really love food. That's the main reason why I'm here today. Well, we live in a city that is so multicultural. There's so many options just around the corner. But when considering a burger, the only joint that comes to my mind is High Joint. Well, I would highly recommend the High Jams burger with the double patty, and especially accompanied by the high loaded fries. That combination is to die for.
My name is Emma. I've lived in Dubai for a couple of years now, and I work in the events industry, and I love food. Really? Love food. I recommended the Black Miso Cod because it melts in your mouth. Zuma is my favorite restaurant because the atmosphere and the reputation is unbeatable. The best time to be in Zuma is about sunset, just when the lighting is just about right. You can't beat the ambience, you can't beat the music, you can't beat the friendly staff, and the food just tops it off.
My name is Ryan, 36 years old, currently living in Dubai for almost 8 years, Filipino expat, and living in there for almost 4 years. So the dish that I'll be recommending, it's called the Crewmates. It's good for 3 to 4 person. And the good thing about this one, they serve different kind of sauces. So the sauce that I'll be recommending for you guys, it will called the Cajun sauce. The Cajun sauce, I like it because it reminds me of home. It's one of my favorite restaurants currently now because first, it's near in my place. So I just live here in area. Second, it's near around the metro. So if you're not driving and you're just taking the metro, it's really good. So it's just like 5 to 10 minutes walk. And then third, if you're eating by group or with a company or with friends, it's really nice because the place is like really accommodating and they have like really spacious and the food is good.
So my name is Pooja. I'm an author, I'm a stylist, I'm a philanthropist. Actually, none of them. I am just a foodie. I basically love trying new restaurants and different cuisines, and I'm here today to try the Yemeni cuisine. So I've recommended the Hanith, which is basically a bed of rice with lamb rib on it. We have 2 choices. It's either the shoulder or the rib. I prefer the rib because of how succulent, how tender it is. This Hanith basically was not my style. I was more into biryani. So when I first tried this for the first time, you have to really dig into it. And I think my perception of, having meat that way changed.
My name's Liam Jeffrey, I'm 32 years old. I've been a resident here in Dubai now for 8 years. So today, it was a difficult one because Cipriani do so much amazing food, but I've gone with the lamb chops. Kept it quite simple, but beautiful. I've always loved lamb chops ever since my mum used to make me lamb chops back in Manchester. And when I came to Dubai, I actually found the best lamb chops here at Cipriani's. They're quite simple, they don't overcomplicate things here. They're just perfectly cooked, really tender, juicy and succulent. Cipriani's is, for me, it's a story. They were founded in 1931 and it's a real piece of history. It's almost like you're not in the Middle East when you come to Cipriani's. It's escapism, if you will. And all the staff, the service is always on point. You feel like a superstar every time you come inside this restaurant.
So my name is Cristiana Gonzalez. I am originally from New York. I moved to the UAE in August 2016. Okay, so obviously we are at the beautiful LPM. We are on the terrace right now, and my favorite dish is burrata. Now, I have had many burratas in my lifetime, especially living in New York and traveling, but this is specifically the best one because it has this beautiful outer shell, and then it's so creamy inside with the freshest tomatoes and basil and pepper. It's amazing. Oh, LPM is definitely my favorite restaurant. As you can see, it's beautiful. You have an outdoor terrace, but also the inside has so much different artwork, and you kind of feel a little bit like you're in France, especially on the terrace here. But specifically inside, it just feels so upscale.
Well, my name is Kevin Southam. I've been here more than 10 years now. Well, the dish I've recommended is the cheesecake down here at Leto Cafe. I mean, Leto Cafe is a great spot. I mean, we're sitting here, the natural sunlight is flowing in, so it's a really great place to eat anyway. My particular favourite is the cheesecake. Look, with cheesecake, it's all about the base, right? It's quite literally all about the base. The base is crunchy and sweet and salty and really thick. The cheesecake itself is really light and creamy, and it comes in 2 different flavours. It's one of the few desserts I really like, and it's certainly a dessert I would come here especially only to eat it.
So my name's Vanessa Paris, and I've been in Dubai for almost 3 decades. So for us Dubai kids, I think Al Reef is it's like an OG place. It's comfort food, it's full of memories from our childhood, and like I said, it's a night out place. Cheese Manakish is very memorable for me. I used to come here as a child with my parents, and always been a place that we will go to.
So I moved to Dubai around about 5 years ago, and just right in the middle of the pandemic in July, August time last year, I set up my own business. So the Main's a really picturesque location. It's on JBR, which is one of the most touristic places in the whole of Dubai. As the sun's setting, so sort of late afternoon, early evening, it's just a great place to come and have a few drinks with friends, relax, socialise, and then the food obviously is the standout thing here. You go along, you have this great seafood. I think seafood's definitely the thing that stands out for me on the menu here at Main. So the dish I recommended is the shrimp linguine. It's a really beautifully put together dish. Combines those wonderful classic flavours of pasta, the seafood, and then the elements of the bisque and the tomato sauce coming together. It's just beautifully put together, and it's got that element of spiciness that really brings out the dish and is the sort of je ne sais quoi.
My name is Neda. So the chicken shawarma and the lamb shawarma are the top 2. I will be very specific as to say that I'm referring to the ones made with sage bread. So you will have the typical classic Arabic bread versions, but then the sage bread is my all-time favorite. And I will say there's a reason. The bread is just so much lighter. And so when you're eating it, you're focusing more on the chicken, the sauce, the meat, as opposed to the bread, which will get you full in no time. Well, like I said, I've just been scratching places off this long list, and every place I've been to, they've done a good job. I mean, some of them have scored, I have like a shawarma scale from 1 to 10. Many have scored, I'd say, above 7, but so far, only one that's gone above 9. So this, I will have to say, is probably my 10 out of 10.